Hi everyone, good day. Thanks for joining Megaport Live Tech Drop this Friday morning. Yeah, so this will be just a casual sharing. So today I'll be doing the sharing. Okay, so for today session, I'll be sharing about more on the Megaport marketplace and service key. So throughout the call, later on I'll be doing a demo to show you how you can utilize on the service key and also the marketplace itself. Okay, and then followed by that, I'll be doing some simple demo. So just a little bit about me. So I'm Serena To. I'm the pre-sale solution architect at Megaport, but I'm based in Singapore. So this is my email address as well as my LinkedIn. If you want to get connected to me, yeah, feel free to do so. Or if you have any question, you can drop me at my email and then we can get connected together as well. Okay, so just want to start off like to do a very quick glance at what is Megaport. Okay, so as you can see from the presentation slide, so this Megaport private global backbone, they actually show Megaport point of presence around the world. Okay, so the number of dots actually shows the locations that we are in. Okay, and we believe that connectivity should be easy. So we built our own global private backbone that provide secure, simple and scalable connectivities. And we are in like 950 data centers in 26 countries and in 165 cities. And we are still expanding. You will find more presence in more data center. Okay, today we are also interconnected with many major hyperscaler like AWS, Azure, GCP, Google Cloud, and IBM, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we believe connectivity should be made easy. So with just a few clicks using our self-help portal, you can create a private global network on demand as fast as 60 seconds, as shown in our diagram. Okay, so this is Megaport global network ecosystem. Okay, so by connecting to us, you can connect to 950 data centers. Okay, and also to more than 360 cloud on-ramp. Okay, which I mentioned about the major hyperscaler on the right-hand side. You can see AWS, Azure. We also have like network operators and service providers which offer high-speed connectivity solution that you might be looking on and you can leverage on as well. We have platform and infrastructure provider like GPU as a service, okay, bare metal that you can consume their services through our platform itself. So by connecting to us, you are able to consume their services. Yeah. We also have our own internet exchange, which is our Mega IX, which allow customers to have direct peering to provider in our exchange to reduce data transfer latency. And today we already have a very diverse range of businesses using Megaport platforms to interconnect their business infrastructure. Okay, so by using Megaport ecosystem, it empowers organization to seamlessly connect. So this is some value propositions on Megaport compared to the other providers. Okay, so how does Megaport is able to compare? Let's talk about pricing. So for pricing, you only pay for what you provisions based on what you use. Very transparent. There's no setup fee. Okay, as compared to the traditional provider, there might be expensive setup costs and also like lock-in prices, you know, and terms. Okay. For speed and capacity, since you can scale the capacity up and down and on demand on our portal, you only pay for what you need. Okay, so you don't have to worry about like traffic spike or wasted capacity. And yeah, and the best thing that you do it yourself, you do it real time in 60 seconds. Okay, so everything is real time in our portal. So our terms, which is our contract, are very flexible. You can actually choose a month to month if you are not comfortable to be in a contract. Okay, no lock-in if you choose not to. If you want to enjoy better pricing, better contract pricing itself, you can choose a longer term contract up to 36 months. Okay, and through our ecosystem, you are actually able to connect to all the major hyperscaler over the 100 plus of data center operator we have mentioned and 360 service provider around the globe that we are already interconnected to. And lastly, secure. Your data will travel on a private global backbone, bypassing the public internet. Yeah, so you have like consistent performance, like having your own private fiber line. Okay. Yeah, so this is a quick glance of like how you use Megaport. Okay, by connecting to us, you have the ability to connect to the data center, showing a diagram, to the cloud, to any of the services that we have in the fabric itself. Okay, so therefore using Megaport platform, you're able to scale and deploy capacity on demand. Okay, so next I will share about what are the common services and model that how the customers or consume our platform. So if customers are looking for data center to cloud itself, okay, it's like connecting your on-prem data center to one of the CSP. For example, you want to connect to Azure via Express route, okay, you can use Megaport to do that as well. So for cloud to cloud, it's like Megaport cloud router trying to bridge the connections between different cloud for cloud to cloud communications without backhauling the traffic back to the data center itself. We're also looking at DCI to DCI, which is the data center interconnect, which is data center to data center. So this helps businesses to interconnect business data center in same region or different region using Megaport backbone. So for example, a data center in maybe Japan want to connect to a data center in Singapore, and therefore, and so on and so forth, connect to a data center in Hong Kong, okay? So this can be done using our platform. And many customers are also virtualizing their network POPs with our virtual edge, okay? So which means that Megaport actually offer you the compute on our network, and then you can host your favorites network appliance from vendor like Cisco, Fortinet, Palo Alto, okay? And the concept is bring your own licensing, okay? And lastly, internet exchange, you can leverage on Megaport internet exchange for direct peering. And the best part of it is that all this can be achieved using our portal within 60 seconds. Yep. Okay, so this is a very high overview of our Megaport service at a glance. Okay, so as you can see on the top, there's a access product, which we have the port, which is a physical NNI itself. And then we have this MCR, it stands for Megaport Cloud Router. And we have this Megaport Virtual Edge, which stands for MVE. Okay, so MCR and MVE is a L3 services. We have different compute and different bandwidth sizing for you to choose when you deploy the service on our portal itself. As for the ports, physical NNI itself, we have like from 1 gig to 100 gig physical port for you to choose to NNI with us in any of the data center that we have presence in, okay? So as you can see that the connectivity is based on the virtual cross connect, which is a L2 services that you can actually connect to the bottom, which is the cloud providers, okay, like the cloud that I mentioned, Azure, AWS. We have this thing called Marketplace, which I'll be touching on more later, whereby you can consume provider services through there. And we have like internet for you to get connected, our internet exchange, which is the Mega IX, as well to the other endpoints like port, Megaport Cloud Router, Virtual Edge itself. Okay, so yeah, this is a quick snapshot of this Megaport Marketplace. Later on the demo, I will show you how you can navigate to the marketplace and how you can get started to consume the services. Okay, so this is a quick view snapshot. Okay, so basically this Megaport Marketplace is an advanced ecosystem whereby you can see that providers or even customers actually publish their services on this marketplace for their partners or customer to consume their services through Megaport Fabric itself. Okay. And the other thing I would like to touch on is this Megaport service key. Okay, so what is this Megaport service key? So the concept is used to connect to another services in another account. Okay, so for example, let's say you are in the branch offices, okay, and one entity, and then you need to connect to another entity, I mean, another HQ, okay? Somehow, the billings are all separate under different management, for example. Okay, so each entity will have their own billing. Okay, so you want to consume their services. So for example, branch office in, let's say, like Singapore, want to connect to a services in the HQ, okay, for example. So you can make use of this service key to actually deploy the services in Megaport platform. Okay, and the other thing is that you also can use the services to connect to a partner offering services. Okay, so later on the demo, I will show you on how you can leverage on that to do that. Okay, so where can you utilize the Megaport service key? You can use the service key for a physical port, okay, for Megaport Cloud Router and a virtual edge itself. The service key can be either a single use or multiple use. Okay, so with a multiple use, you actually share the key to multiple customers if there's requirements to get connected to you. Okay, you pass the key. Okay, so the owner pass the key to the partners or the branch that need to be connected to. Okay, so all the service key default have an expiry date. Okay, and just to also share that you actually can remove the expiry date, but it's not recommended. Okay. So this is one of the use case for using the service key. So if you look at the diagram, okay, on the top, okay, there's this Hong Kong, headquarter account and own access. Okay, so for example, the headquarter is based in Japan. Okay, okay, so headquarter has a physical NNI, okay, in Japan. Okay, they have their own management to manage that. And then if you look on the left hand side, there's a branch A account. So on the branch A account side, they also have a physical NNI, okay, and then connected to their branch offices, okay, okay. So they have their own access as well. And on the right hand side, you can see the branch B. Likewise, they have a Megaport cloud router, okay. Somehow they are using for their maybe cloud requirements, okay. So how do you use like this service key, okay, to get connected to the HQ? So all this can be done, okay. So this is some of the use case that how you can leverage on service key. Okay, so as you look over here, over the branch A account, what you need to do is that you will need to enter the service key that Japan headquarter pass it to you, okay, to connect to the Japan data center. Likewise, for branch B, you also need to use the service key to connect from your cloud router to the HQ at Japan, okay? So the end result is that the L2 will be established, okay, in this way, okay? So you can see that all these will be joined together via Megaport network using L2. At the same time, each will pay their own services, have their own portal view. So as you can see, for headquarter at Japan will have no idea what services they have in branch A, likewise for branch B, okay? Because the three of them are in three different separate account, okay? Okay, so now it's time for a live demo to show you on this, okay, which I have explained earlier, but I would like to add on is that for the demo, I would also like to show it to you how you can actually deploy a pod, okay, and then connect to a Megaport marketplace to consume the services, okay. This will be what I'm going to do. So maybe I just touch on again. First, I will create a pod, an NNI pod in Japan, okay, which is the HQ, okay, and then I will come to another account, okay, to actually consume, to set up another port, okay, in Singapore. Likewise for branch B, I'll set up a cloud router, and then I'll join them together using a service key, okay. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. As you can see, this is my portal, okay? So just to share to you that I'm using this channel demo 1, okay? Look over here, channel demo 1 as the main headquarter account, okay, which is the Japan, okay? So what I'm going to do now is that in this account itself, there are many services, but I'm going to deploy a port, okay? For example, I'm going to deploy a port, okay? in the headquarter. So for example, I'm going to deploy a pod in Japan. Maybe let's choose maybe entity, for example. Okay, so I'm going to deploy a pod. Okay, so this is also how you can deploy a pod in Japan. So you need to choose the speed. I'm going to choose, let's say 10 gig, and I'm going to give a name. I will say pod Japan. Okay, so pod Japan. Put headquarter. Just now talk about the terms and the contract itself. So as you can see, we are flexible. So if you do not want to be tied down, you can choose 1 month, which is a month to month. Likewise, to enjoy a better rate, you can choose 36 months. Okay. Okay, so I'll leave the setting to default. If you require diversity, okay, today I'll not be talking about diversity. You can choose that. So I'll leave the setting to default. Okay, so once everything is in order, you can click on Add Pod. Okay. So you can review your order and you say order now. Okay. So what I have just done is that I have created a pod in Japan, okay, for the HQ in this channel demo 1 account, assuming this account belong to the HQ, okay. So we will need to wait for it to get deployed, okay. Anyway, this is a test account, okay. The service won't be up until you do a physical NNI. But what will happen is that after the pod is up, there will be a LOA, letter of authorization, that you need to pass to the data center operator to do a physical NNI, okay. So let me quickly go to the branch A account, okay. So now I'm going to switch to the branch A account. Okay, let me recap you on bit. So I have just created a physical pod, okay, over here in the HQ account, okay. So right now I'm going to create another pod in Singapore in the branch A account, okay. Yeah, so this is a branch A account, okay, I'm in. There's no services. So right now I'm going to deploy a pod, okay, in Singapore under this branch A. Okay, so these are all the data center that you can choose, you know, to NNI with us. Maybe I'll just choose global switch, for example. Likewise, I need to choose the port speed. So let's go with 1 gig, for example, 1 gig, okay. I will say branch A SG port, okay. It's a port in SG, okay. So I'll choose a month to month. I'll leave the setting to default. I will say add. Okay, so I will review the order again. And I will say order now. Okay, so we will need for it to get deployed, and then it will come up with the LOA, then you can do the physical patching, okay? Yeah, so let me head over to another account for branch B, okay? So now I'm in another account for branch B, okay? Just to go back to the diagram again. So I'm going to create a cloud router over here in branch B, okay, at Hong Kong. So just let me head over. So I'm going to say create a cloud router, and then we'll be in Hong Kong. Okay. Okay, so for Hong Kong, maybe I choose a Mega I, for example. Likewise, you know, there's, as I mentioned, there's a like few tier for you to choose. Let's say I choose a 1 gig cloud router. I'll pick cloud router branch B, let's say Hong Kong. Okay, it's the same. We have terms for you to choose. So I'll choose a month to month. Okay, I'll leave the setting to default as it is. Okay, and then I'll add the cloud router. And I will say review order, and I'll say order now. Okay, so this will again, we need to wait for the cloud router to come live. This will be probably another few minutes for it to turn green. So once the icon turn green, that means the services is provisioned and it's ready to use. Yeah. Okay. Just let me head over to the main HQ account to see how it goes. Okay, let's go over to the main account. Let me switch again. Yeah, so as you can see, the main account, okay, under channel demo 1, okay, this main account, the HQ port it has been ready. Ready as in you need to download the letter authorization over here to take a look at the demarcation. Okay, so this will be the demarcation. Then you need to do an NNI at this location. Yeah. Okay, and then let's head over to SG, the branch account as well. Okay. Okay, branch A also has been up, so we need to download, the letter authorization. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is that just now as I mentioned earlier on the marketplace, I would like to show you how you can create a connections to the marketplace. Okay, so for example, I'm in branch A. Okay, let me head over to here again. Okay, so as you can see, my branch A itself, okay, I'm over here and I'm going to connect a connection to this Megaport marketplace using the branch A port. Okay. So now I'm in branch A. How you can actually navigate to the marketplace? There's few ways to do that. Okay. You can click on this marketplace. Okay. To see the services that is published on the marketplace for you to consume. You can do filtering, for example. Let's uncheck everything first. Okay, so these are all the services that we have in the marketplace. Okay. So you can we actually group according to like financial service exchange, AI exchange, voice or video exchange. Okay. So if you need to filter or you have the company name that you know that you want to get connected, you can filter based on the name. Likewise, you can filter based on the country. For example, you want to connect to a services only maybe based in Hong Kong, you can just filter. If not, you leave it. And you can filter based on the kind of services that they provide. Okay. So for today, I'll be just connecting to a financial services. Okay. Okay, so for example, these are all the financial services that get connected. So I want to connect to maybe market data. So I'm going to choose this company called options. Okay. So if you look over here, options, you click on the company names that you want. Okay. As you can see that there's a button called contact. You can actually contact these options IT for any inquiry, any service that you want to consume through their services. You can just write to them, okay, and then send a message to them. Then they will contact to you separately. So these are all the interlocations that you can connect to them. So as what they publish here, meaning that they allow you to consume their service at this location. So for example, they allow you to connect to them at Hong Kong, one, Equinix at Chicago. These are the locations that they have that you are able to get connected. Okay. So you can connect here. Okay, so play around this option. There are many providers out there for you to get connected. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going back to my services. Okay, I'm going to use the connection button and I'm going to go over to this Megaport marketplace, which is the same place as here, but I'm going to do the actual step in doing the connections. Okay, I'll click here. So just now I decided that I want to connect to options IT. Okay, I'll just click on this option IT. Okay, so since I'm in Singapore, okay, and they happen to be in Singapore, I want to consume their service at Singapore. Okay, so what Megaport does is that we provide a connectivity for you to connect to them at SG1, but whatever service that you are going to consume, you had to liaise with the provider itself, okay, to talk about what kind of service that they offer. Okay, so for option IT, they offer many different kind of service, but I would like to get the market data. Okay, so I'll just click over here, and then you need to put a name. So I'll just say connection marketplace. Okay, maybe I want to connect to them. maybe through 100, okay, 10 meg, for example. Okay, I'll leave the setting to default, and then it'll just be a month-to-month again. I'll say next. I'll add the VXC layer 2. I'll say review order, and then I'll order now. Okay. Okay. So if you look at here, okay, it say that it's waiting for external approval. Okay, because you're going to consume a service through the marketplace, okay, and you are going to connect to this provider called Option IT. So what happened is that when you're trying to establish these connections to Option IT, the Option IT need to approve your request before they allow you to get connect to them. Okay. So over the provider side, they will get some sort of notifications that saying that this branch A is trying to get connected to them. Do they allow the connectivities? They will need to approve it on the site before the connectivities will be live. Okay. So this is normal because we need to wait for the option IT to approve. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to share, what I'm going to show you is, let's go to SG demo, the branch 2 again, okay? Let's go back to branch 2 to confirm, okay? Where's the branch 2? Let me go back. So let's go back to branch 2 to make sure that the cloud router is there. Yeah, okay, the cloud router is up already in green, okay? So you can build your connection to the cloud. But in today's demo, in view of time, I'm not going to do that. So now quickly, let's go back to the main HQ account, okay? So what I'm going to show you is that how you can leverage on Megaport service key to connect to this HQ, okay? So first of all, under the HQ account, okay, you need to go to the port, okay, the physical port itself, okay, to create a service key for your branch A and branch B to get connected to you, okay? So I'll key on this, maybe I too fast, okay, this key icon, click on service key, and I'll say create service key, okay? I will just say connections, to the HQ, okay? Okay, so as I mentioned, this can be a single use or multiple use. Single use means that it'll be valid until one time. Once it used once, okay, the key will no longer be valid. Multiple use that it can be reused by, many times. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm just put a single use, and I'm going to say I allow the connection up to 100 meg, okay? And I will just put single use. I'll say add service key, okay? So over this service key, okay, I will copy this service key, okay, and I need to pass to either branch A or branch B for them to get connected to the HQ, okay? So I'm now going back to branch A. Let's say I'm going back to branch A. Okay, so now I'm in the branch A account, okay? So I'm going to build a connections to HQ. So you need to click on these connections, okay? Using this enter service key, I'll hit on this button. I'll just copy the key that the HQ generated for me, okay, to get connect. So as you can see, the maximum is 100 meg, okay? It's connection to HQ, and I'm saying next. Again, I will say connection to HQ, and then I will say, let's say I say 1000, okay? It will tell you that there's an error, okay? Because HQ only allowed you up to 100. So, okay, I will just maybe use maybe 20 meg, okay, for example. I'll leave the setting to default. I will say next and add the VXC, and I will review the order. And then I will say order now, okay? Okay, so as you can see that this service is waiting for be up, okay? So the service will go up, okay, with the service key. So this is how easy you can use service key to get connected to the HQ, okay? Let me quickly jump over to the HQ portal. So at the HQ portal, okay, so you can see that, there's a third party owner, which is the branch is trying to get connected to me, okay? And the service is trying to come up, okay? But it will not be up because the port is not up yet, okay? If the port is physically patched, everything will turn green, oh, yeah. Okay, So lastly, I'll just show you one more. I'll go back to this branch account tool. Okay. So for branch account tool, let's say I'm going to connect to the HQ. I'm use the same. If I'm using back the same key, okay, it will give me an error saying that the key is only for single use. Remember just now I put the option as single use. Okay. So you need to reissue another key, repeat the same process, and it allows you to get connected. Okay. So let me just go back to the last one, demo one, just to check. Okay. Yeah. So what I have just shown you is how simple you can leverage on Megaport service key to get connected to the headquarter. At the same time, I also show you on how to get connected, establish connections to the marketplace, okay, using the different account. Okay, so in view of time, I will stop my demo. If you have any question, leave it on LinkedIn and then we'll reply it to you. If not, I will end the call. I'll end the presentation. Thank you so much for being here today, and I wish you a good Friday. Thank you.